My 41F husband, 41M, is upset because I don't have a backbone when it comes to my mother. Edit. I appreciate all of you who took the time to read and comment on this. I am realizing that I have extreme family guilt and my mother is using that to manipulate me into staying here and taking care of things she could do herself simply because she is lonely. I have used my work break to contact my insurance and work on finding a therapist I can afford. It's clear to me now that I can no longer stay here. I have no other family, so once she is gone, it's just me and my husband and I need to put him first, as he is my future and the one who will, hopefully, be there for me. I and my husband sold our home and moved in with my elderly mother to take care of her after my father died. It's been 3 years and things have not gone smoothly. My mother is of boomer age, grieving the death of her husband and just isn't the same person she used to be. We don't have the best relationship growing up, feelings were not addressed and hard stuff was ignored till the last possible minute. My father was sick and my mother spent the last 25 years of their marriage taking care of him and was basically in survival mode the entire time. My husband and my mother do not see eye to eye on most things. My husband says she doesn't acknowledge what I gave up to come here. Says she doesn't respect mine or his feelings and doesn't care about what we have planned for the future. He tries to connect with her but is met with coldness and is basically ignored. These are all valid and correct statements. I have spoken to my mother about her dismissive behavior and she doesn't think she is doing anything wrong. I honestly didn't think anything was wrong because this is how I grew up. I never went to her for advice or to discuss my problems, she didn't have the time to listen and would shrug me off. I never saw that for what it was until I came back to her home as an adult. It seems I have fallen back into my routine as a teen, don't push back, do what she asks and just accept. This dynamic has caused multiple fights in my marriage. My husband states he is the only one showing emotion in the house. That being dismissed and not listened to makes him feel like less of a man. That I'm a different person because his being here has changed me in our relationship as I am no longer thinking about our future, just in the moment, taking care of my mother. He asks what my 5-year plan is and I cannot give him an answer. He says he loves me so much but can't live like this anymore. How do I stand up to my mom and show my husband that our relationship is top priority? You need to set a timeline for moving out. She is not going to change and you will be divorced before she dies. She needs to accept her current reality. She either gets home care, downsizes, moves into an assisted living community or something else. But you need to move out. You need to move if you want to keep your marriage. No judgment, but is it possible that deep down, our marriage is not your top priority? Have you considered that idea? Actions speak louder than words, after all, and though I believe in taking care of aging parents, your actions sound like taking care of your mom and not antagonizing her are your top priorities. In addition, you have a lot of unresolved issues with her mother that require your attention. So much so that you can't even imagine a 5-year plan. It's entirely possible that her husband is right and that your relationship with your mother is absorbing most of your emotional and psychic attention. Be honest with yourself. Doing so will help you determine if you even have the bandwidth to be a fully engaged partner right now. Dude, she's legit ruining your marriage and then you'll be stuck with her misery. No offense. Your husband raised many valid points. Please listen to him before it's too late. Does she need caring or just company? Hire a nurse to visit 3 times a day and move by closer and visit. Even a block or 2 of space will make a difference. Also, are you an only child? Have children? Does your mother actually need a live-in caretaker? If you're 41, your mom is probably in her 60s, early 70s tops. A lot of people that age live by themselves and manage just fine. If her house is too much for her to manage, then it's time for her to hire help, lawn care, handy person services, or move to a place that's less work like a condo or an apartment. You and your husband need to get your own place. Married man, 38M, had an affair with me, 23F. I want to tell his wife but how? For starters, I had no idea this man was married, we had been meeting for months. You would have never guessed he had a life with someone else, let alone have a baby with someone else. Even thinking about it makes me sick. I wish every day I never met this human. I cut things off with him immediately as soon as I found out. I thought that would make me feel better, but it doesn't. One day I came across her Facebook page and it's a picture of him and their baby. My heart dropped and guilt pressured on. She looks happy and I feel like a fool. I feel terrible about what I did behind her back. I want to say something to her because this is not his first time doing this to her. She doesn't deserve scum like that. I just don't want her to be upset with me and come after me. Skeptical smiley face. Is there a way I could anonymously? I don't know. Sad faced. Someone help. If you want to be anonymous, make a burner account and request to talk with her. Keep in mind, once the truth comes out, he may tell her who you were. Logically, if you come out and tell her the truth, there doesn't seem to be a reason for her to come after you. I think anyone that finds out that their husband and father of their child has been serial cheating, they are going to be upset. No way of really directing her anger. Lastly, good for you for wanting to tell the truth, although I question the realness of this story, but if it is real, good for you. I would tell, but keep in mind she may not be receptive, and I would provide some sort of evidence as well. Text message, picture, etc. Just be upfront and honest, and whatever she does with the information is her choice. Tell her, someday you may be married and you wouldn't want to be her. Your intentions are good, but be careful. Her as much proof as possible. Even photos. Just blur your face. She text. Send everything. The guy is 15 years older than you. Did you really think he saw you as anything other than a side piece? I mean, when he was your age, you were 8. You didn't cheat on anyone. You didn't know. I see no fault on your behalf. Husband, 28M, is on trip and I, 26F, don't miss him. Mike, 26F, husband, 28M, went on a trip and I don't miss him. A little background, we've been together since we were teenagers, 10 years together, 7 married, and have 2 kids together. I'm a SOM and he works long hours between 4-6 days a week, so it's mainly just me and the kids. Back when I was pregnant with our oldest, we agreed I'd stay home with our kids and take care of them in the house while he provides for us. I plan on going back to work once both kids are in school. I do love him, but I'm not happy and I haven't been happy in a while. We never go on any dates on his off days, he rarely ever surprises me with anything, and he's never done anything for me for Mother's Day and forgot my birthday last year. I get a break from the kids maybe once every week or two and some help with the house maybe once a month. I feel like we're just roommates more than husband and wife. I have told him I am burnt out, and I've been burnt out for a very long time, at this point years, many times, and he always says we're going to find a better balance and will help a tiny bit more for a week or two and then go right back to the same old routine. He's blown up on me multiple times when the house is messy, not dirty, but dishes left out on the counter, toys scattered, etc. And tells me he can't go to work and then work at home too, but then will tell me to go do something for me and to not worry about the house, but won't do anything, so it all still is left for me. So anyway, he's gone on a trip by himself this weekend, which is fine, he works hard and deserves a break, but I just have already realized nothing is different with him gone. I'm still taking care of the house and kids like normal, and I don't feel so stressed trying to get stuff done around the house. I don't miss him like I thought I would. I know that makes me awful, but I just feel at peace with the kids. What would you do in my situation? Married single mom. You'll realize after you leave how much easier it is on your own because it's just you making decisions. My ex was the same way, and after the divorce my quality of life and health skyrocketed while his plummeted. It is scary, but you should go. I don't understand your husband's logic about how he can't go to work then work at home too. What would he be doing if he was single? Does he think that dishes, laundry, cleaning, etc. just wouldn't need to be done? If I were you, I would have a talk where you make it clear that this can't and won't continue. He also lives there and should be helping with household chores and the kids he willingly created. His job only lasts 9-5 Monday-Friday. Yours doesn't stop. If you're not willing to leave him over this, then I would tell him you guys either come up with a new schedule of parent, household duties, or the kids go to daycare and you go back to work. Then everything can be split 50-50. Look, never agree to be SOM with someone who doesn't consider it work. Getting married young is such a scam. There's so much growth and change that happens. I mean, our brains don't even fully develop until we're 26. Is couples therapy an option? You guys got together and married so young and then had kids on top of it. And you're SAH. It isn't surprising to me, 47F, that this dynamic has occurred. Start making your exit plan. Sounds like you're a married single mom. You deserve happiness. My 32F boyfriend 37M claims he didn't cheat. Would you consider this cheating? I saw his Snapchat and I looked through his phone. I thought I finally found the one, and at almost 33, I was so excited and felt so blessed to find my forever person. We've known each other for years and used to work together. After another failed relationship, I met up with him, not for a date, but to just play some darts. He seemed a tad risky. He has a 10-year-old from a previous relationship. I wasn't sure I was ready for all of that. I had never dated someone with a kid before. But it turned into something magical. We both fell so deeply in love, or so I thought. His daughter loves me and got attached very quickly. Him and I spent every waking moment together. All day every day. We met each other's families and friends. It's been nothing but magic. But then, he opened his Snapchat in front of me to watch his daughter's story. I never questioned his online behavior. He gave me his phone password very early on, without me asking. Told me I can check his phone if I ever feel insecure about something, without me even asking. I also shared my password with him. I had never done such a thing in a relationship before. I felt safe, and I had never in my life experienced a more solid and in-depth connection. And I was in an 8-year relationship before. When he went to all of his Snapchats, I saw a ton that he had sent to other women. And I'm talking like 15 other women per day, for the entirety of our relationship. With 3 of the women, he had a streak of 185 days. Which means he had to send multiple back and forth images per day. At first, I only noticed one streak. He claimed these women are friends, and he's allowed to have friends. But in my opinion, exchanging images every day with this many women crosses the line when you're in a relationship. I explained how this made me feel, and that this is a boundary for me. He promised the images he sends are harmless, and claimed that the 185-day streak is with a woman who is married and has 3 kids, that lives in another state, and that he met her through streaming. He opened the image she sent him in front of me. It was a picture of food. He then told me that he messaged her and told her he cannot have a streak with her anymore out of respect for our relationship. He then admitted that her husband also was upset about their Snapchat relationship, and that he had to call the husband and explain. I was baffled. A married woman exchanging pictures on the daily with another man. They had to explain this to the husband. And he thought I would be okay with it? He also never mentioned these friends before and gave me 0 answers about the other 15 women he was constantly messaging. He let me scroll and I saw that this went back months. But he apologized and claimed he fixed the issue. But he didn't delete any of these women. Then, he slept over. I had a gut feeling and finally looked through his phone. He has a 185-day streak with 2 additional women. One of them had sent him a ton of pictures. I opened them. It was an obese woman with a buzz cut who sent him half-naked images of herself. The last woman with the streak, the third one, sent him pretty basic pictures. But I scrolled through the chats that were saved and he had sent her his address before we started dating, so I knew they were connected before. I then looked through the rest of Snapchat. He follows multiple corn pages. The story lost of his friends is nearly all half-naked women. He also chats and sends images to 20 women per day in total. I then went to Instagram. His search history are also the same, spicy, pages. He also sent messages to women on Instagram, but all of them were before we started dating. He was trying to shoot his shot and none of them were answering. I looked through his texts too. By now my hands were shaking. On average, he texts about 30 people per day. A lot of them are the moms of his daughter's friends, and the conversations have nothing to do with any of their daughters. I'm ready to leave him over this. To me, this is 100% cheating. Not only that, he saw me shed tears when I first saw this, and thought that telling one of the women he can no longer have a streak with them was enough. But he didn't delete them nor did he tell the obese woman to stop sending him half-naked images of herself. I'm so hurt and lost. All of those sweet moments we had together were bullshit. He was looking at these images that were sent to him every time I left the room. He claims he is allowed to have female friends, that this isn't cheating, and that those images are harmless. To me, there is nothing harmless about receiving naked images from other women, not talking to that many women per day. Would you consider this cheating? I think it is. Man, you lost me at 37 with a Snapchat. NGL, this guy's a pig. 40-year-old man using Snapchat. He's texting married woman, breaking relationships. While breaking his. How is this not cheating, lol? This is beyond shady. Leave. Hold on, his 10-year-old has Snapchat? Oh brother. I will never for the life of me understand why men don't consider this cheating. Yes, it's cheating, and it doesn't matter if he has deluded himself otherwise, although more likely he's trying to convince you it's not so you feel bad about it and stay.